Tyrin, start with you. Season high points for you. You really got going out of the gate. You had 13 and a half. You had the buzzer beater. What was different about tonight?
Just going in tonight, I've been pretty good in practice. Been able to get more of a rhythm. So I think that's the main thing. Just practice. I've been practicing hard and just trying to get more rhythm and effort. And tonight it paid off.
Ezra, opposite story for you. You slower in the first half. You get 19 in the second half. What was key for you there down the stretch?
I think just staying confident. I got teammates that trusted me to make plays, and just trying to stay confident in myself because I know my teammates and my coaches trusted me. So.
I want to talk to you about the defense, both of you, starting with Tyrin. Season low in points allowed. What did you think was the difference?
Just flying around, man. I think as the season going on, we've been more connected on that end, talking more. So, I think it starts with me and Ezra just, flying around, providing energy and effort, and I think the other guys follow.
Yeah, I said the exact same. I think the last couple games, we felt that we've been taking big strides on the defensive end, and it's been showing. We've been right there, and things are starting to come together on that end, and that's where it kind of starts, that leads to offense. So.
Anything else I'm good with those guys?
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Stack, same thing for you. What was your analysis of Tyrin tonight?
I said it started yesterday again. I thought we were looking at him. We kind of, we put these little catapults on him, right, and kind of show, how much effort they're giving out even in practice, and he was in the red just today. So, I felt like he was going to have a good game today. And it's like, just sometimes, he's been having a little bit of, nicks and stuff that where I don't think he's been 100%, and I think he's starting to feel 100% now. But those, it was great effort. It just carried over. Obviously, Ez brings it, every night. But I just thought, again, like we said, the last couple games has been an uptick for us. We've been doing some things, positive things on the defensive end, and the offense has been pretty good too. Obviously, some things that we can clean up, screening better, adjusting the teams that want to go under Ez a little bit in pick and rolls. And I thought we're setting our screens lower and doing some things like that, and then working on those things the last couple of days, and they paid off today in the game.
How much did that injury that Tyrin had to start the season affect him? Maybe I'm asking you to speculate, but you mentioned catapult. I'm sure you can monitor effort. You've got a baseline of what he can do. How big of a factor has that been?
Well, again, he didn't reach the red. And that's a good thing for him. It just lets you know that he's engaged and he's feeling good. But it was a foot injury, man, and it's hard to say exactly what but he missed games. Tyron's not a guy that's going to miss games. So that kind of threw us out of loop, early. Vin still out for us. He's a big part of who we are. We thought we had a nice little 8-man rotation going into the Memphis game, and then we lose Isaiah. First in practice, he's been dealing with some plantar fasciitis, and it actually had a tear, so he's out 2 to 4 weeks. So, it's just been dealing with those type of things. But again, it's next man up, and thought Jordan Williams stepped in admirably today, did some really good things on the defensive end, made a couple shots for us. Jason is, he's an X factor. There's no doubt about it. But he's still learning, and he's one of those guys that he's a competitor. I get in the foxhole with him every day, every time. But I'm still afraid that he might pull the pin and the grenade and blow us both up sometimes. So it's just like, but he's a really good. Really, he wants to get it. He's going to be good, and we just got to keep bearing with some of their mistakes as they're growing. But he does some good things for us out there on the floor.
I know offensively it wasn't a great team statistically that you played, but they've also had a lot of their guys out. What's it mean to you to hold them to a season low in points?
No, it was really good. It let us know, again, we're just worried about us. I think that's as whole as they've been all year. We still aren't as whole as we feel that we'll be before the season is over. But that was the closest to them, and this is a dangerous team. We know that they had some guys that hadn't shot it well, just like we've had some guys that hadn't shot it well, and we just don't feel like Evan Taylor and Paul Lewis. They're just better shooters than they've shot it so far this year, and I think that factored in to some of our defensive deficiencies when they're not taking the ball out of bounds and they're able to get in transition more. And obviously we kind of dug into kind of our 3-point. I mean, it's a kind of anomaly for us. We never really defended the 3 at this point, at this level before since we've been here. And it's just about a little bit more urgency. When we get to the touch and we close with our stick hand and shooting it at about 20-some%. But when we're late and not having that urgency, they're shooting it at a higher clip, along with some anomalies of guys who hadn't shot it well, just like the kid tonight, Stokovic. I mean, he was 4 for 8 coming to the game, less than 30%. But again, they find a way to shoot it a little better in this gym. I was joking that we got to stop giving these guys a couple of days to practice in our gym. We got to give them 1 day only. But it's the thing that we just got to continue to work on ourselves. We're getting better, we're improving, and it's a good way to end the year. And hopefully, this is an uptick to start some good things, some positive things for the new year.
SEC play right around the corner. Probably your best back-to-back games. Does that say something about where you want to be or need to be heading into the Alabama game? Yeah,
I mean, it still says that we're playing well, but still I would like to play well with some more of our pieces that we have. Again, I mean, it's good to get the experience for the young guys. Carter's, started some games for us. But I do think, having Vin in there is just, I mean, even though he didn't finish the game, he was a huge part of how we started that game. I just think he gives this whole group a lot of confidence because of his skill set, the things that he can do on the post, ability to, to space the floor. And as you saw in those games with those 2 blocks where we get a little rim protection, we just don't have that throughout the roster anywhere else. I mean, but it's not to say that that's completely on him. We could still stop penetration with our, taking charges and having good verticals and things like that. But it's good to have someone down there that can erase a mistake with the shot block, and that's something that he provides for us as well.
Apologies if I missed it. When do you think you get he and Isaiah both back?
Hopefully, it's on the shorter side with Isaiah. Maybe the 2 to 4 weeks is kind of the window they gave us. So hopefully, it's closer to the 2 weeks than the 4. I mean, he's a tough kid, but at the same time, we want him to come back healthy. I think, with Vin, we're hoping that he can, by the time when we start SEC play against Alabama, that he's available. I mean, he's been feeling better. Obviously had a little setback in the game, so we wanted to be extra cautious with that one. But I think he's feeling better. He's been saying he was, been feeling good. But these extra days, as many days as we can buy. I mean, it's a game that we needed, But I think the smart thing for us was to again give him a little bit more time. Hopefully, he can get this stuff behind him, and because he's a load when he's healthy with the things that he can do for us. All right, appreciate it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.